Disney villains are notoriously known for being as ugly as their hideous, wicked souls. But what if we could have a peek at what they would look like if they were beautiful, upstanding members of society? Thanks to the incredibly creative work of some talented artists, we're able to show you some of our favorite villains reimagined as beautiful people with beautiful souls. Make sure to keep watching until the end to see if the evil queen truly is the fairest of them all. If you love binge watching videos as much as we do, check out our new platform that we created just for you. Watch thousands of videos from your favorite channels, including The Trendy, The Things, The Taco, and The Richest in one place with ad-free browsing. Sign up now to the Premium to get early access to these videos for free. See you soon! Make sure you subscribe to our channel and like this video to let us know that you want to see more Disney-related posts. Here are 10 Disney villains reimagined as beautiful. Cruella De Vil. The infamous Cruella De Vil is a wealthy, fashion-obsessed socialite with a taste for fur. More specifically, she covets the black and white spotted fur of the 101 Dalmatians owned by Anita and Roger. She even goes so far as to kidnap the puppies for her own greedy ambitions. To put it plainly, Cruella is a bad apple. She might even be a rotten apple. Her personality traits are all negative. She's evil, sarcastic, rude, cranky, egotistical, and aggressive. We all know that sometimes inner negativity can manifest itself physically, and that's exactly what happened to poor Cruella. Her skeletal frame, sharp cheekbones, and permanent frown lines are downright scary. It must have taken Jurka Vince a while to figure out how to transform her from gloomy to glamorous, but his beautified version of her is absolutely breathtaking. With her perfectly coiffed waves, elegantly painted nails, and daring red lips, the beautiful Cruella looks like an haute couture designer. We can imagine this fashionista working tirelessly in her dress studio, meticulously sewing each stitch herself. This kinder Cruella has no interest in fur and condemns those who use it in the industry. She volunteers at an animal shelter in her spare time and actually owns 2 rescued pups of her own. We think that Disney needs to start working on this spin-off version of Madame de Vil immediately. Maleficent. Maleficent has always been a little different from the other fairies in Sleeping Beauty. With her green-colored skin, menacing horns, and pointy chin, it's easy to see why the others prefer to stay far away from her. If you think that her looks are scary, just wait until you hear about her personality. She's vengeful, manipulative, wrathful, and ruthless. This Sleeping Beauty villainess is responsible for all of the evil and misfortune that happens to King Stefan's kingdom. That's a really big job for just one person alone to do, but Maleficent takes this wicked job very seriously. Kristen Reeves had a tough job reimagining this dragon villainess, but the end result is stunning. The now beautiful Maleficent looks like she could be a famous Broadway actress. With her mesmerizing features and voice like honey, she enchants the audience as if by putting them under a spell. A true method actor, she stays in character at all times, much to the dismay of the costume crew, insists on wearing her character's clothing too. In this alternate universe, everyone is dying for the chance to meet this beautiful soul. Instead of cursing her fans like the original Maleficent would, this starlet takes the time to take pictures with everyone at the backstage door. Even we want to meet her. Scar. Have you ever been curious to know what Scar would look like in human form? This hairy villain always seems to be up to no good with the help of his cackling hyena friends. Not only did he betray his brother for the chance to rule the Pride Lands, he also planned an attack on his own nephew, Simba. He truly is one bad kitty. Artist Jurka Vince didn't stay far from Scar's bad boy image with this beauty makeover, but he did make him look a whole lot handsomer. Human Scar is a man of few words, who mostly communicates via grunts. He works as a personal bodyguard, and although he looks menacing, he actually wouldn't hurt a fly unless he really wanted to. His piercing green eyes make him popular amongst the ladies, but Scar pays no attention to their loving sighs. He's too busy making sure that his boss is safe. A longtime practitioner of mixed martial arts, this gentle giant knows that his skills should never be used unless absolutely necessary. The original Scar would just pounce on any available prey that he could get his paws on, but this beautified version of Scar knows how to pick his battles. We also think that he kind of looks like Malorn from the TV series Shadowhunters. ESMA. The Emperor's New Groove's ESMA thinks that she's the most beautiful person in the Incan Empire. Unfortunately for her, almost everyone else disagrees, and they often compare her to an ugly dinosaur. Some even find her to be so hideous, both inside and out, that they label her scary beyond all reason. This comically eccentric villainess will stop at absolutely nothing to steal the Empire away from Cusco, even resorting to using poison to get what she wants. It's too bad that she accidentally turns him into a llama instead. ESMA could be described as selfish, bad-tempered, envious, and deceptive. It's a miracle that she's able to keep Kronk around with a bad attitude like hers. Artist Kristen Reeves was able to magically erase every single one of ESMA's bad personality traits for this next glam shot. Beautiful ESMA looks like a budding contemporary artist. We can imagine her as a sculptor, molding her creativity straight into her work. She even recently sold her first ever piece, a cast metal sculpture of a llama with a crown. Can you guess who inspired that one? While she spends most days hard at work in her studio, ESMA knows the importance of giving back and likes to take off from work every so often to volunteer. All that we have to say is wow, this Disney villain is hardly recognizable. Captain Hook. Disney's Captain Hook gave up sailing the high seas in the hopes of getting his revenge on the pesky Peter Pan. Peter is one who is responsible for chopping off Hook's hand and feeding it to the crocodile, Tick-Tock. Now Hook spends his days on the hunt for Peter, although he can never seem to get his hands on the flying trickster. Vengeful, dishonest, childish, and cowardly, Hook doesn't seem to have any good traits. His heart must be as dark as his wavy black hair. But Jirka Vince's beautiful version of Captain Hook shows an entirely different side of him. We can imagine this handsome pirate as a summer camp monitor for kids. He loves to dress up for them and creates fun games to expand their little imaginations. He's actually their favorite camp monitor because he's the only one that gives them extra playtime at the playground, which he refers to as his Jolly Roger. With his brooding looks and shiny long hair, Hook is also quite popular with the parents. Let's just say that camp inscriptions have gone way up since he started working there. He looks just like the man of our dreams in this photo, and his now beautiful soul makes him even more attractive. Ursula. The Little Mermaid's Ursula may be one of the scariest looking villains that Disney has ever created. With her glow-in-the-dark eyes, slimy tentacles, and a witchy grin, she could fit right in with the cast of Monsters, Inc. Her unsightly looks are even more unsightly thanks to her repulsive personality. Ursula is power-hungry, manipulative, sinister, and vengeful. Her lust for the throne caused her to steal Ariel's beautiful voice and turn the Little Mermaid into a human. Ursula hopes that going after King Triton's youngest daughter would distract him, and she then would swoop in and steal his palace as king of the underwater city of Atlantica. Maybe her plan would have worked better if she had tried taking a nicer approach. Kristen Reeves' beautiful version of Ursula shows us what it would be like if the sea witch didn't have a bad bone in her body. This beautiful Ursula has kind eyes and a friendly smile. She lives in the ocean, but now the other sea creatures come out to play with her instead of hiding in fear. She is even one of Ariel's best friends, and the two ladies spend their days exploring abandoned shipwrecks, looking for new gadgets and gizmos. Would you trust this sweet face? We certainly would. Jafar. In Aladdin, Jafar is the evil royal vizier to Agrabah's sultan. Although he comes across to the people as charming and reputable, he has a sinister plan to get rid of the sultan so that he can take power of the city. This wicked sorcerer manages to get his hands on Genie's lamp and wishes himself the new sultan of Agrabah. That sounds like it could be a dangerous wish, but don't worry, good always defeats evil in the end. Aladdin was able to banish Jafar to the faraway Cave of Wonders, where he will remain a prisoner for at least 10,000 years. That's a long time for him to be struck with his annoying sidekick, Iago. Jirka Vince kept all of Jafar's regality in this next beauty picture. Erased all of his bad vices, this beautiful Jafar looks like he could be the prince of Agrabah. He spends his days lounging around the palace with his gentle pet tiger and talkative parrot. Unlike the original mean-spirited Jafar, this beautified version is nice to the citizens of Agrabah. He often holds parties at the palace and invites even the street kids to drop in for a warm bite. If Jafar were always this handsome and kind, we have a feeling that Princess Jasmine would have agreed to go on a date with him. Hades. With his yellow eyes, sharp pointy teeth, and zombie-like coloring, it's no secret that Hades isn't really easy on the eyes. It's not his fault though. It's hard to look good when you spend your days deep beneath the ground in the underworld. Unpopular with the gods of Mount Olympus, Hades is sent by his brother Zeus to rule over the dead. He is hot-tempered, greedy, pompous, and conceited. It's no wonder that Zeus wanted to stay an entire world away from him. Artist Jirka Vince's portrait of Hades paints a different picture of this underlord. This beautiful version of him kept his flaming head of hair, but now also has a heart of gold to match his god status. Still in charge of the underworld, he is now a soothing presence that helps lost souls find peace. The other gods are not afraid of this new version of him, and the underworld has now become a place of happy gatherings and celebration rather than a gloomy den of isolation. His two evil henchmen, Panic and Pain, have even been renamed Calm and Comfort. We really love this handsome version of Hades and believe that his inner goodness truly shines through in this photo. Props again to Jirka Vince for killing it with these transformations. Queen of Hearts. Alice in Wonderland's Queen of Hearts is in charge of the mad world of Wonderland. She is incredibly impulsive, and her huge mood swings because of her demand that someone be beheaded almost every time that something doesn't go her way. Fully aware of her power, she taunts Alice at one point by saying that if she loses her temper, Alice loses her head. The queen seems to be overjoyed by the fact that everyone is afraid of her, and she uses intimidation to keep it that way. In the end, Alice was never really in any danger because this evil villainess was only part of her creative imagination. Kristen Reeves takes away all the madness from the Queen of Hearts in this next makeover. Her beautiful version of the queen is gorgeous. With her curly red hair and on-point fashion sense, she makes us want to wear a crown on a daily basis. The beauty queen has no time for the throne though, because she is currently studying law at Harvard University. She hopes to one day become a successful lawyer so that she can bring some justice into the world. Always wanting to help those in need, this law student spends her days off volunteering at a soup kitchen. The original Queen of Hearts would probably behead her beautiful counterpart for being too nice. Evil Queen. Snow White's evil queen is not necessarily the ugliest villain we've ever seen. She could actually be quite beautiful if she just stopped whining and scowling all the time. Her jealousy caused her to send the huntsman to finish off Snow White after being told that she was the fairest of them all. We don't know about you, but that seems a little bit extreme to us. Her obsession with receiving compliments from her talking mirror makes her even more vain. And in our eyes, vanity is the ugliest quality of them all. What if she could be reimagined as a beautiful person who wasn't concerned about her looks? That's exactly what V. Vernicatola achieved with this next image. This transformed queen has a calm and pleasant look on her face that leads us to believe that she's just grateful to be alive. Rather than waste all her efforts and attention on Snow White, the queen now spends her days as a yoga teacher. Living a life of simplicity and mindfulness, she enjoys sharing her love of yoga with others. She believes that we would all be a lot happier if we just learned how to focus on the power of our breath. Although she now looks beautiful inside and out, we still think that Snow White is the fairest of them all. Well, that's it for 10 Disney villains reimagined as beautiful. Is there a Disney villain we missed that you'd like to see transformed? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos.